Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy JpComicGamer here. Today I'm going to be reacting to one of my most anticipated games, Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire Episode 2. Before we begin, if you guys could just help me out by liking and subscribing, help the channel grow. Also, I was thinking that when I first start playing the game, I'm going to choose maybe the street path. I know there's 3 paths from what I've seen so far: Nomad, Street Kid, and Corporate. I might start with a street path first, but I'm still trying to decide which one I'll do. It's not set in stone, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get into this video. Okay, ready. Can't wait, man. Can't wait to play this.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Night City.
Hey there.
This is the show from us at CD Projekt
Oh yeah.
Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077.
Give it to me, my body is ready.
We'll be deep diving into life paths and showing you a brand new gameplay video, as well as
Cool.
having a chat to Philip from our quest team. Then we're going behind the scenes and taking a look at how Refused to bringing the band Samurai to life. And then we're showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction that will be at your disposal in Night City. So let's get
Nice.
started. Street Kid, Nomad, or Corpo? Which will you pick first?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet, man. Decisions. Right, let's get into it. Street Kid. This is the one I was thinking of going with first.
What do we have here? Grew up in Haywood. The whole street was my family. Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I'm pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here, live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings. Running away from badges. Iron tasted blood from a split lip.
Motherfucker!
Got everybody fighting for a slice of the street.
Get the fuck out of Vista.
This guy looks insane.
Find some stronger choosers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have arrived. The Major.
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on!
Okay, that was cool.
My childhood.
You get to see a lot of Night City when you start with the Street
Bomber
Kid.
for the first time through the hills. Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
We nomads choose who to make our family. And choice forges strong bonds and a higher duty that stands solid as an old oak.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Makes you an outcast among outcasts.
Miss this, you know? Camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met.
You know what I always liked about nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City.
And the Nomad playstyle is looking intriguing right now. I think I may like it better than the Street Kid. You know?
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
Uh-oh, he's bossy, he's bossy.
Hard when the word gets around.
The world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No, I'm not fucking joking.
This isn't a request, V. But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today,
Interesting.
to zero somebody. Tomorrow, you'll get somebody else to zero you.
He looks insane, man. Who's that guy?
Jack, wanna be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. It's a borough Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself. That's the only
Kind of
way.
like in the corpo. I don't know. Kind of like the corpo. You know, I think the corpo and the nomad
So
seem
good to see
more
you,
interesting than the
Curtis. It's
street
been a
kid.
while since I've
So
had a chance to interview you
I don't
about
know.
Cyberpunk. So I think for today we'll start with a question that everybody wants to know. How does the path you pick affect your time in Night City?
It actually affects your time quite a lot throughout the whole game, but let's start at the beginning, because basically our game has 3 different starts depending on your life path. As an example, if you choose the street kid life path, you
This
have
game is
lived most of
beautiful,
your
bro.
time in Night City.
This game
You
is
know the
beautiful.
streets, you know the gangs, you know the slang, you kind of know what's going on in the, let's say, lower life aspects of the city, which can of course give you lots of good opportunities also later
They
on in
all
the
got
game.
their own
But
pros
if you
and
start
cons,
as a
you know.
nomad, you actually used to be part of a nomad clan and a nomad family, because nomads that roam the deserts around Night
But if
City
you
or
go
even
if you go with the
throughout the
nomad path,
Badlands actually
you can
value
go
their family above
outdoors
anything.
and you
But
know
for
you
one
can
reason or
be more
another, you actually
outdoorsy and
left
go
your
out to the
family
city.
behind, and now
Looks
the
like,
beginning of the game for you will actually be
and they won't be
how to get
hostile to
into
you.
Night City and how to make a new life there. Then you can also choose to actually be a corpo and choose the corporate life path. And that basically
Might
means
start
that
as a
you're not at
nomad.
home in the streets of Night City or in the deserts of the Badlands, but actually inside the boardroom, because you rose the corporate ladder of the Arasaka Corporation, which basically gives you the ability to sometimes, read between the lines, read people when they're trying to do business, which of course can give you many nice opportunities later on.
So this isn't just about the start of the game. Can you maybe help people understand how this translates into the gameplay?
Yeah, so the thing is, we make Cyberpunk a real RPG, and part of that is that you can play your character from the start to the end. And of course, we have these life paths affecting the beginning of
Now,
the
if I
game,
choose the
but
corpo
we wanted to
playstyle,
make it so you
I
have your
reckon
life path opportunities throughout the whole
on
game
the
until
street
the game is
I'm
over.
not gonna be liked
As an
much.
example, we
You
do
know,
that by
I'll
giving
probably
you
be hated
additional options in
quite a
life
bit. You know,
paths. So I can give
being
you
a
one
corporate thug
specific
and
mission,
whatnot.
and this is
Guys
a
in the
mission where you
streets,
have to steal a
they
flathead
might hate
robot
me or
from
something.
the
That's it.
Maelstrom gang. Basically, those
As well as the
Maelstrom robots
nomads, and
stole
I
that
won't get
flathead
respect from the
before
gangs.
from a corporate transport, and the
So
owner of that corporate transport, Meredith Stout,
this
wants
is not a
you to
decision you
kill
should
the
take
robots,
lightly.
and this is an optional objective. And even within that objective, we want
But
to give you some
realistically, I'm gonna
missions.
play
So
all
as an
three of them
example, if you have a
eventually.
corporate
Like
life
you know,
path,
so I gotta
you basically
prioritize which
know
one I'm gonna
what
do
Meredith
first.
Stout is really
You know,
about. You can read between
but
the lines, and you can get
yeah,
some
they all got
additional
the pros and
options that
cons.
maybe actually
You're probably
later
gonna miss out on a
enable
lot of
you
content
to do a
if you don't
completely
choose
different
corporate
thing
though,
with the
because these
Maelstrom
are some
gang.
corporate thugs.
And if you're a
And if you're a
nomad,
corporate
you know
person,
exactly some more details about
they
how
might
these
go a little
Maelstrommers
easier on you.
would have even been able to steal a robot like that from Meredith Stout, who's part of the very powerful Militech Corporation. As a street kid, we as an example don't give you a specific new dialogue option in that dialogue, because as a street kid, you do not have a lot of experience dealing with higher up people like Meredith Stout.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Also,
So
we
if
want
you
to give you
choose
additional options
street
that
kid,
fit your life path very well.
the
So
gangs will
basically, you
embrace
can
you,
talk to the Maelstrom
but
gang.
corporals will be
One
like,
member
you're
of
just
the
a lower
gang
level
offers
peasant.
you some illegal substance, but as a street kid, you actually know what this is about. You can talk some shop with him, and that might actually make that character like you more.
I wonder how this is gonna affect
So
quests.
Philip, I
You
do
know,
have a couple of extra questions for you based on the video we just
interesting.
seen. And the first is about nomads. So the nomad life path, this starts in a place called the
I like the
Badlands.
nomad
Is
cars.
this somewhere
Like,
you get to visit
you know,
even if you
this.
don't pick nomad to start with?
I like
Yes,
this car.
absolutely. So the thing is, Night City is surrounded
I hope
by
we're gonna
this
have
huge
multiple
landscape
cars. You know,
that we
like
call the Badlands, and
some sort
you
of
can go there
storage
whenever
area
you
for them.
want.
You know,
So as an
garage
example,
or
if you
whatnot,
actually
where we
did
can keep
play the
all our
Nomad
different
life
cars.
path
You
at
know,
the start and you are in the Badlands, you can even
or
see Night
are you
City
just
from the
gonna have
horizon.
one car
And we want to
at
give
a
you the
time? You
option that
know,
later in the game,
one
if you
car.
want, you can just take your car
I want to be
and
able to
drive out
collect
of the
different
city.
cars.
You can go there whenever you want. Thing is, you might not want to, because the Badlands can be a pretty dangerous place at first, because
Yeah.
time has not been very kind to the Badlands. There have been many wars in the past. There's global warming. So most people that do live out there don't really have another choice about it, or are nomads that love this life and are all about it and are very battle hardened. We of course also want to tell their stories, because we want to tell many, many different stories throughout the cyberpunk genre, which means that you will also find missions that lead you out in the Badlands where you deal with the people living there.
So Philip, can you tell us a little bit more about the character Padre? He's the guy we see giving his business card to Street Kid V in the video. Who is this man?
I wonder if there's gonna be like, you know, certain vendors or quests you can't access
people that work as intermediaries.
because you're not on the right
So
path.
if someone
You know.
who has a lot of money needs a problem solved, they go to a fixer. And a fixer then finds people who can solve that problem. And these people are people like you, V, cyberpunks. Fixers are very territorial. So Padre specifically works from Haywood, which is where you as a street kid grew up in, so you already know him. You might have already seen another one of our fixers who is called Dexter Deshawn, and he works in a different part of the city.
Yeah, shady fat guy.
Padre, you might know him as a street kid, but even if you played other life paths, you might sooner or later meet him because he's operating in Haywood, which is a pretty big place with many good jobs. So if you want to make some cash there, you will sooner or later deal with Padre.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us. Now, on my first playthrough, pretty sure I'm going to be picking Nomad, but for those watching, we would love to know.
Great minds think alike.
So have a think about it.
See what I was saying?
Don't forget that later in this episode, we're going to be showing you another
That nomad freedom, man. I just want to be cruising out there.
Our senior gameplay designer about just some of the
And I like the nomad cars as well.
at your disposal in Night City. But before that, let's talk about music, because music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life. Now, in future episodes, we're going to talk about things like radio stations and even the original score. But today, we're going to take a look behind the scenes at how Refuse to bringing Johnny Silverhand's band Samurai to life.
I wouldn't write these lyrics for myself. So it's kind of interesting to get into like the mindset of who is this character and what would they write about, or what's their agenda. It's interesting to try to like catch a language that's his and try to catch a language that's like a part of this game. There's a reason why we're here.
It was Piotr maybe who was a fan of the band.
He knew Refuse and he knew my
Oh man,
that's a
what is this?
For Johnny.
I like the music, but I don't need to know the band's whole backstory. Just show me more gameplay.
And they wanted, I guess, a sound that was a bit contemporary from when it's.
I don't need to know what these guys' life is like. You know what I mean? Just make the music. It's cool. I like the music though. It fits the world.
So of course there are things that you can relate to, and like just like this outcast and this rebel that's fighting against like the corporals, and that's definitely something that's been a part of my life and a part of Refuse life.
We came out of the punk rock scene of northern Sweden.
He's like the future version of us. You know? So I think it makes sense. I think it totally makes sense for us to be here making these songs about him or for him. You know? So it's pretty cool.
No drills. But yeah, but like wide vibrato.
And then I mean just sort of feel
yeah,
slowly build sort of intensity.
I mean, I respect the creative process.
We don't have a different mode and just going all in.
If I'm being honest, I don't really care to see the creative process of the music like that.
Our songs. It's interesting as.
But then again, I'm not a big music guy, you know. I'm not a huge music guy, like, you know. So I'm sure there's music fans out there that really appreciate this, you know. So yeah, to each his own. I just want to see more gameplay. Show me the weapons. Show me the guns. Show me the cybernetics. The things you're gonna get, the implants. But for the respect of the viewers, I'm gonna react to the whole thing. You know, I'm not gonna forward it or anything. I'm just gonna react to the whole thing. Maybe I'll clip it later.
I mean, the shouting in itself is just like second nature to me because I've been doing this for a very long time. But then when someone comes
Section
in
is
and
really
says,
long.
I'm happy with everything except for Azza Lynn. Again, it's Azza. Azza.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
okay, the shouting's great, but think of that accent or think of that like enunciation. It's a bit weird because it's a very different way of singing when you're screaming like that, and it's hard to sort of
Swallowing some syllables there.
adjust your accent.
Oh yeah, just try it again.
So it's been a bit kind of frustrating.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great.
But I mean, I get it. I mean, we have to maintain the illusion that this character that's a character of the game also is.
Show me more Johnny Silverhand.
So it makes
I want to see more of him.
It's a bit different to have someone telling you exactly how to enunciate things, because I'm not used to. Usually people are just like give me a thumbs up, and like, you think the things like the rhythm, and you think about the pitch, and you think about all these things. But then someone.
See, I'm not a music guy.
That word sounded weird.
Pitch.
Yeah, no, that's how I sing.
Blah blah blah.
So it's been a very.
I'm sure others appreciate it, but not me.
Painful at times. But it's alright.
See this soon, I'm chipping in. Roll the bones, I'm chipping in. Belt that cone, I'm chipping in. Mayhem flows.
It's a very interesting thing to be part of.
This is so long. This is so
I
long.
think I fully understand the impact that this might have. If people like these songs and if people are excited, then that's going to be great. I mean, we are spending a lot of times trying to get this right, trying to get it to sound like, you know, like samurai would sound, you know. So it's quite interesting. It's a very different way of making music, actually.
Right.
You can already find 3 samurai tracks available on streaming services: Chippin' In, Never Fade Away, and The Ballad of Buck Ravers. But we're excited to announce a 4th new song called A Like Supreme, which is coming to streaming services today. That means you can check it out once the show is over. Don't forget that if you're tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channel soon. Next up, Pavel and I are going to introduce you to some creative ways that you can solve problems in Night City.
Yes. More gameplay. Let's go.
AV, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers are Maelstrom. Alas, nothing ever transpires as planned with them. You better gear up for this.
I love the gun designs, man. They look so sick. Tsunami, Nikomata. These guns are a mouthful. Just pink and red mist. Oh my god, power weapons. Smart weapon. I'm definitely most interested in the smart weapons, you know. They can do all kinds of weird shit like that. Look at that. Tracking bullets. Too easy. Yeah, you know I'm gonna get one of these. I like melee in games, so why not? Slicing some fools. Hope there's some cool executions, you know. Some fatalities. Yeah, gorilla arms. KO. So,
Are you willing?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I'm guessing like to prevent your character from being completely broken, you're gonna
Pavel, thank you so
you're
much
gonna
for
like
joining me.
limit
There was an
limit
awful
the
lot in
abilities
that
you can
video,
get
right?
on your
'Cause there's
character.
more
You
than
know,
just guns.
like if you get gorilla arms, perhaps you won't be able to get another
Melee
perk.
weapons, we have range
You
weapons, we
know,
have cyberware,
you
we have
won't be able to
offensive
use certain
cyberware, defensive
upgrades
cyberware,
like the arm cannon or
we
something.
could talk for hours and
So,
hours about this stuff.
or they'll just let you do everything, but I don't think they will. I think you're gonna have to spec into it, and then that will lock prevent you from using other augments. Like you already got this equipped,
So we have three
so you
distinct
can't have
types
that.
of guns
To
in
kind of
RPG.
keep the
We have
balance between the
power
classes, you
weapons,
know.
we have tech weapons, and we have smart weapons. Now, power weapons are the most similar to contemporary weapons. One thing they can do, which normal weapons cannot, is ricochet bullets off of surfaces. So you can hit somebody
And
hiding
I love
behind
the design of
cover
this
or
game.
hiding
Everything in this
behind a
game,
wall.
the attention to
Now, tech
detail,
weapons,
the
on the other
guns,
hand, use
the
electromagnetic
characters'
power to
outfits, everything.
propel a fully metal
It's like
projectile to extreme
it's like
velocities. What that
nothing you've
allows
ever
them
seen
to
before.
do is to punch through cover or punch through walls to hit somebody who's not even
I mean,
one
there are
block
some
away.
future
Smart
guns, like,
weapons
but
use guided missile technology to actually track targets in real time. So you can hit somebody who's dodging, running away from you, or you can hit somebody who's hiding behind cover.
So Pavel, Cyberpunk doesn't just contain FPS elements, right? It's also a fully fledged RPG. So can you tell us how you guys approached introducing those RPG elements into gunplay?
So I can tell you one thing, Holly, it wasn't easy to merge those two elements together. Now, we've spent a considerable amount of time merging the RPG and FPP side of our game. What
I
the player
definitely
will
prefer the
experience is that
FPS, like
you
the first
change
person
from a small-time
mode
mercenary to a legend in the
for
rules of Night
like,
City.
shooting games,
V becomes
especially because
more and
a
more
game like this,
important in
I know a
using
lot of people are
weapons
upset that
as the game progresses. So they will see that reload
you can't
times
see your
become
character in third
shorter,
person, like
the
you can't
accuracy
switch,
of your
but
weapons grows,
you wouldn't be able to
you
see all
will
the
have
gun
faster
details
aiming
like that,
time, you
all
will
the little
move faster
intricacies
with your weapons,
of the weapon.
everything
You won't be
becomes
able to see it.
more in your
So
control, and
cool
that gives
animations
you
to get on
more
third person.
opportunities to defeat the
So
biggest
that's why I
encounters that
prefer
we've
first
designed for
person.
you.
So
But
I
I
have
do wish
prepared
there's
a few
more ways to
extra
kind of like
questions
see
for you,
your
Pavel,
character
if you're
in the
feeling up
game,
to it.
Of course.
besides a random
Okay, well
mirror
the
in your
first
room,
is going to be,
like
how do you
more
find
third
more
person
weapons in Night City? Like where will players
areas,
be
or
looking
you know
for
what I mean,
them?
instead of just a menu. That's
So
kind
I
of lame.
expect the players to look everywhere for
Uh,
new and exciting
for
weapons.
gameplay
You can
purposes,
of course buy weapons at vendor
first
shops,
person
and they
seems
will
like
house an entire catalog of
the
weaponry that you
natural
can
choice,
get.
especially for the guns.
However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in Night City. The weapons rarities range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will
Like having
actually
magic bullets.
need to make some tough
What's that? That's
choices to
OP.
find some legendary weapons, because maybe they need to choose whether to
You know what this
kill a
reminds me of?
person who
The
holds the
guns in
legendary
Judge Dredd.
weapons that they want, or to spare them because they
It's
like them
all
as a
purpose.
character.
You can do
So
anything.
next question, let's talk
Really?
about weapon modifications. What mods can people give to their weapons in Night City?
So we have
I
two
want a
types
Judge
of
Dredd gun.
modifications in the game. One of them would be modifications that we call attachments. So these would be scopes and silencers, and you can see them actually being attached to your weapon as you're playing the game. They give you statistics advantage, and they give you more opportunities in gameplay. The other part of mods would be software mods. Now these are basically small chips that you install in your weapon, and they actually change the statistics of the gun. They can give you damage, they can give you accuracy, or they can give you more fire rate. Some of those mods actually change the gunplay on a more fundamental level, so they can give you non-lethal rounds, biochemical rounds, to tear through that armor even faster.
So I suppose for my final question, why don't you tell us about your favorite weapon then? Which is your favorite weapon so far in Night City?
Oh, there are so many weapons that it's hard to choose just one. But I can mention some manufacturers with their weapons that I absolutely adore. The first manufacturer would be Tsunami Defense Systems, who produces the sniper rifle Nekomata. That's a tech sniper rifle. That means that it can pierce through walls. So you can
You know what I'm
actually
thinking?
hit
All
somebody
these
who's
cool
hiding
guns.
behind cover, or who doesn't even know you're there.
How many are you actually able to carry with you at any given time? Like for an mission, are you only like able to carry 2 or 3
One of
guns?
the shotguns that we have in the
Or
game is
can you just
Bullet
open your
Arms
inventory and
Courage.
there's like
Now that
50
thing
guns
is
in there?
cast from pure steel and it weighs a ton. However, you can cut a person clean in half with it. Another shotgun that I absolutely love, it's for a more refined approach, I would say, is a smart shotgun, Kang Tao Zhuo. That thing has 8 barrels,
Whoa,
and that means it can track 8 targets independently. Now, killing an
bruh.
entire room was never simpler.
This is definitely a legendary gun. A shotgun that
Thank you
shoots
for having me.
I'm actually
8 tracking
pretty
bullets.
interested to see what kind of weapons people discover when they play Cyberpunk for themselves. Before we end episode 2, this is a reminder that those who wish to dive deeper into the lore
I wonder if there's any heavy weapons. I mean, shotguns are heavy, but you know, like grenade launchers, you know, um, rocket launchers, that type of thing.
look at what makes Night City tick before jumping into the game this November. That is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for
Nice.
joining us. Don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channel shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with Night City Wire Episode 3 soon.
Yeah, what can I say? I loved everything there, man. I can't wait for this game. Hope it just doesn't get delayed again. And anxiety just waiting for this game. I loved everything in there except maybe the music stuff. It dragged a little bit, but the gameplay wise, everything looks good. Polished. I'm kind of glad it was delayed. If they just want to, polish the game, make it look better. I think I might be starting out as a nomad. Then might do a corpo, then street kid. But lacking the guns, different ways to kill. My favorite type is the smart weapons. They can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Tracking. Shoot through walls. They look pretty OP, but I'm guessing they're gonna be like level gated. You won't just start off with those weapons. You're gonna start off with basic guns and then level up, and then have access to those weapons, legendary weapons. So yeah, it's a proper RPG, man. Like customizable guns, all that stuff, man. So we're gonna be playing this for a while. That's pretty much it for this video. Can't wait for the next episode. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.